And they're off for the Coral Welsh Grand National, and they go pretty hard away from the start. Intense Raffles and Haiti Couleurs, Dom and Mary and Monbeg Genius right up there with Jubilee Express, and Uncle Bert made a mistake at the first, and Tanganyika was rather slow at the back of the field together with Gitmaker, as now they race up past the stands, and they now have a couple of circuits ahead of them, and it's Monbeg Genius who leads the way, with Jubilee Express pushing up towards the inside. Haiti Couleurs has moved into third position. They're then being followed by Dom of Mary. Around the outside, Deafening Silence. On the inside, Uncle Bert having survived that error at fence number 1. O'Connell is next. They go into the bottom turn. Then Collector's Item through on that one's inside. Intense Raffles the Grey shuffled back. Around the outside is Hung Jury. Then on the inside races Livin On Luco as they begin to make the climb up the hill and on towards fence number 2 of the 23 fences in the Coral Welsh Grand National. And the leader is the trial winner, Jubilee Express, the hands of Keelan Woods, to Monbeg Genius, last year's 4th with John Joe Neal Jr. and then Haiti Couleurs and Sean Bowen racing in 3rd position. Uncle Bert is in 4th, the Dom of Mary is in 5th, and Deafening Silence is racing in 6th position as they make the run now on towards the first fence taken down the back straight. Tanganyika is the back marker, Gitmaker is last but one as they go over fence number 2 and all safely over. Hung Jury a little slower in the air than some. On now towards an open ditch they go, and it's Monbeg Genius moving up and leads by a half length over that to Jubilee Express on the inside over in second, all safely over, and again it was Hung Jury who lost out in the jumping stakes, was a little slow. They go over the 3rd fence taken down the back and they are all safely over. So it is Monbeg Genius, Jubilee Express racing in 2nd, Haiti Couleurs is in 3rd, Uncle Bert just 4th, and then Deafening Silence upon the outside of Dom of Mary and Collector's Item, and then O'Connell as they crossed over that next plain one. Then on the inside, where it all began with Living On Luco, a little bit wider is Intense Raffles, a break then back to Rock My Way, who races alongside Beaufort Scale, Tanganyika and Pat's Fancy as they go over the penultimate fence taken down the back straight, and already getting some way behind are both Hung Jury and also Gitmaker as they go now over the final fence in the back straight. And all the leaders safely over that, and now a long run before they cross over fence number 8 taken when they come into the home straight. So on the inside it is Jubilee Express, on around the outside Monbeg Genius, these are the first two. Uncle Bert and Haiti Couleurs in 3rd and 4th, and then on the outside is Deafening Silence who races in 5th as now Haiti Couleurs quickly goes on into the lead. A bit of a move by Sean Bowen as they left the back straight, and he's now gone on Haiti Couleurs, goes on by a length and a half to on the inside Jubilee Express in 2nd, Monbeg Genius now in 3rd, Deafening Silence in 4th, and Collector's Item is in 5th. Uncle Bert against the rail is in 6th. Dom of Mary in 7th. O'Connell made the turn in 8th. Living On Luco is in 9th. Then where it all began, the black and green on the inside fills out the first 10. Intense Raffles and Hung Jury, and then Rock My Way as they go over the first fence taken in the home straight. At the moment, Tanganyika is towards the rear of the field. Also right out the back is Gitmaker, and also Pat's Fancy has plenty more in front than behind. They go over an open ditch. The second fence taken in the home straight, and Sean Bowen still has Haiti Couleurs out in front. It is Haiti Couleurs who leads here now by about 2.5 lengths to Monbeg Genius, who moves through to take second as they go over another plain one. Then Jubilee Express through on the inside, and a little bit wider to those is Deafening Silence. The purple colours of Collector's Item racing in 5th, and Uncle Bert will cross this fence in 6th, and O'Connell was over in 7th, and Living On Luco was in 8th, and Dom and Mary's in 9th, the green jacket against the inside rail. Then the black and yellow of Rock My Way on the outside over this fence in 9th position and making ground, followed by Where It All Began. So they've crossed over the first 12 fences in the Coral Welsh Grand National. They have a circuit to go, and the Welshman Sean Bowen leads the way on Haiti Couleurs. 2 in 2nd place, Jubilee Express, and Monbeg Genius is in 3rd, and then towards the outside, Deafening Silence in 4th. Collector's Item is in 5th, and Uncle Bert is in 6th. O'Connell is in 7th. Living On Luco is in 8th. Around the outside, Rock My Way is in 9th, and Dom of Mary is in 10th as they go around the turn. A break then of 3 lengths to Where It All Began, who races in 11th as they now begin to make the climb up the hill and on towards the back straight. They're then being followed towards the inside by Beaufort Scale and then Hung Jury, Pat's Fancy and then Intense Raffles as they climb the hill. After Intense Raffles, Gitmaker and then Tanganyika in a well-strung out field, going now on towards fence number 13. And it is still Haiti Couleurs who has got the lead, going now on towards the first fence taken down the back straight. Haiti Couleurs has the lead over Monbeg Genius, who will jump in second, and towards the outside it was Deafening Silence who took it in third position. Jubilee Express is in fourth and Collector's Item is in fifth. Livin On Luco on the outside makes a little bit of ground. Jubilee Express hit that fence, that opened it pretty hard. So on then towards the next, fence number 15. Haiti Couleurs had the lead by a couple of lengths over that. Again, slow there was Jubilee Express. He's jumping, letting him down now as they go towards the end of the back straight. And as they do so, it's Haiti Couleurs and Monbeg Genius, still the first two. Livin On Luco has now gone into fourth position. He jumped up past Collector's Item. Just in front of him now is Deafening Silence. And now they go towards the two downhill fences. Haiti Couleurs at fence number 17. He was better there than Monbeg Genius, who jumped it in second, and Deafening Silence in third. Livin On Luco in fourth. Then Rock My Way, the black and yellow, making ground towards the outside. This is the final fence taken down the back straight. O'Connell on the heels, the leading group. Uncle Bert tries to rally. Collector's Item is now losing ground as they go towards the end of the back straight and now beginning to make the downhill turn. And it's still Haiti Couleurs. This is where he took up the lead. Last circuit, out in front for Sean Bowen, the lead now a length and a half, over Deafening Silence and Tristan Durrell into second, Monbeg Genius and John Joe Neal Jr. in third, Livin On Luco on the inside, Callum Pritchard in fourth, Rock My Way, Brendan Powell in fifth, O'Connell and Danny McMenamin in sixth, it's Uncle Bert in seventh, Collector's Item is in eighth, Dom of Mary is in ninth, around the outside, Jubilee Express is in 10th, Beaufort Scale is next, and now they're in line for home, and this is the fifth from home. Haiti Couleurs on the inside, the lead of just over a length to Deafening Silence in second place. They climb another hill on towards the final open ditch. This is the fourth from home in the Coral Welsh Grand National. Haiti Couleurs reached for it, stood a long way off it, still just has the lead over Deafening Silence, who is in second, and these two now pulling clear of Livin On Luco in third. Here is the third from home. Haiti Couleurs got right into the bottom of that fence, and he's now down to a lead of only 2 lengths again over Deafening Silence. O'Connell has stayed on into third. Livin On Luco, Dom of Mary now tries to rally, and then Monbeg Genius, but it is Haiti Couleurs down into the dip. A furlong and a half to go. The Welshman Sean Bowen has the lead on Haiti Couleurs as they race down now towards the last. Haiti Couleurs over O'Connell, who's now trying to gather him in. Back in third is Deafening Silence. Haiti Couleurs still has the lead. Is all out, but the lead is a length and a half over O'Connell in second, and racing up towards the line, it is Haiti Couleurs who has won the Coral Welsh Grand National. O'Connell in second, in third came Deafening Silence, Livin On Luco was in fourth, and Monbeg Genius was fifth.